Hey guys, I'm going to show you my morning routine. I'm a little bit of a skincare addict. I frequent Reddit skincare addiction quite a bit and try and learn as much as I can from it, and I feel like I have improved my skin quite a lot through doing this. It's taking me a really long time, probably about a year and a half, to work out what actually works for me. So this is my current routine, and my skin is pretty dry. It was dry before starting a medication, but I'm on the medication Epiduo right now, which is an acne medication, so that is making my skin extra dry. It's a kind of synthetic retinol. When I'm using that, I do tend to get dry flakiness, especially around my chin, and so this is what I use to really just prep my skin and get it as glowing and as like supple and smooth and moisturized before starting my makeup routine, and I feel like this does make a world of difference. First of all, I'm going to be using the EcoTools Pure Complexion Facial Sponge, so it's a deep cleansing Konjac sponge. I'm not going to use any cleanser in the morning because my skin is quite dry, and I find that cleansing it twice a day can remove too much of the oil from my skin. So instead I'm going to gently exfoliate some of the dry areas of my skin with this sponge. I find that this works better than the physical exfoliant scrubs, as the scrubs can sometimes be too harsh for your skin. It can cause micro tears in the skin, and another thing that is worth considering when buying a scrub is some of the microbeads within the scrubs can cause huge environmental issues as well. So the Konjac sponge is just an easy way to gently exfoliate and cleanse my face in the morning without it being too drying, and to help remove some of the dry, dead skin on the surface. Then I'm using Thayer's Rose Petal Alcohol-Free Witch Hazel as kind of a toner. So what this will do is it will remove any excess like Vaseline or moisturizers from the night before. It kind of makes me feel a bit like fresh and awake because it's got this really nice rose scent to it. It's also an astringent, which means it's going to help with any kind of inflammation in my skin as well. And it's a little bit moisturizing because it's got things like aloe vera juice and glycerin, things like that, which are going to add just a little bit of moisture back into my skin as well. Next, I'm going to use my Resist C15. So this is a vitamin C serum with a bit of ferulic acid in it. And the main thing I use this for is for my hyperpigmentation, from picking at my skin whenever I got a pimple or anything there. It also is supposed to help boost collagen production long term, and the ferulic acid also helps it to protect you against UV damage underneath your sunscreen, which is nice. But I feel like generally this just really brightens up my face. Next, I'm using EltaMD AM Therapy. So this is quite a light moisturizer, and I find it sits really well underneath makeup, especially around the eyes. And the reason I like this one so much is that it hasn't broken me out. I find it quite non-comedogenic, but also it's got quite a high niacinamide percentage in it. I hope I'm saying all these words right, which basically means it's going to also help me to fade hyperpigmentation from picking and those kind of scars on my face and sunspots and all that. It just helps to even out skin tone. Then, as a true Australian, I'm going to be using my pawpaw ointment as a lip balm. And then I'm going to spray a little bit of Vivian water on my face just because I find it helps with the next step, which is using EltaMD Intense Moisturiser. So this is kind of basically like Vaseline with some just like mineral oil added in. It's kind of like my daytime version of using Vaseline as an occlusive as a last step. This is specifically designed for people who are using retinoid products to counteract the dryness and the flaking. I find that this product in particular really helps me to keep my flakiness at bay throughout the day. I'll leave that to sink in for about 5 minutes before moving on to my sunscreen. So my sunscreen, I'm going to use this Japanese sunscreen, Shiseido Senka Q10 Mineral Water UV Essence. I will put a link in the description box. The reason that I like this one is because it feels kind of like a makeup primer, and it sits really well on my skin underneath makeup. It's pretty invisible. It doesn't sting my eyes or my skin. I know other people have reported it stinging their eyes, but for this one it's fine. And it's also very moisturizing. I find this is a really good base underneath my makeup. Plus, living in Australia pretty much every day of the year, apart from about 2 weeks right in the middle of winter, the UV is high enough to warrant wearing sunscreen. It has a good SPF, but it also has a really high PA. As a true skincare addict, I will load up the full quarter teaspoon of this, and I have to apply it in 2 rounds because a quarter teaspoon is more than you think it's going to be. So I do recommend actually measuring it out, applying it in 2 lots, and I leave this for about 10 minutes to properly sink in. After it's sunk in, I'm just going to make sure everything is cool and go over it all with my hands. Once I feel like it's ready to go, this is where I'll start the makeup for the day. So that is how I prep my skin in the morning for makeup. Next I will do my everyday makeup routine video, which is linked here. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and if you want to be friends on Facebook or Instagram, the links will be in the description box. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye!